Next step, move these guys into place. Solve for these. This isn't much more complicated, but here are a couple of tricks that I know to put that in. First off, this is bandage, this is bandage. This represents the easiest one to place because we can just do that algorithm that moves this to here by, if it were here, then you do a F-I-L, F-L-I. If it were here, then you can do an F-R-I, F-I-R. And it won't mess anything else up. So I'm going to save this for the last because from time to time I may come into situations where I have to turn things upside down, and this is the place to do it. So let's take a look at this. Silver and green needs to go over here. So how am I going to do that? Well, what I want to do is I want to turn this upside down. And I can do that exactly by what I was talking about. I start moving this around here. I'm not going to change the configurations of my inner areas here. So we can just go like boom, 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 bang. So that's over here now. And now I'm just going to turn this back in here. So this needs to be wound to here. I've got two that I need to protect. I'm right alongside a bandage side, so these inners aren't going to move. And this will comfortably rotate to here. Now, lest you be afraid, well, am I going to mess these up? The answer is no, you won't. Am I going to mess these up in this corner? Up, and the answer is no, you won't. But what's the use in theory if you don't try it in practice? So let's see what happens. R, U, R, I, U, R, 1, 2, 3, bang. See? And what were you scared about? All that was fine, and we do it again. R, U, R, I, U, R, 1, 2, 3. The reason for that is that you're not really impinging on any of these areas here. But in any case, this is now in. So what else can we do? Well, how about purple and blue? How about moving this into over here? Well, same thing, this is uncomfortably upside down, so you guessed it. Move it to here, so this can come down here in line with the blue. There it is there. I can just move this back. Now, if I want to, I can do the algorithm again to move this to here, but there's really no need to do it. To do that, I've already got what I want. 2 to be protected, 1 to be put in. I have to go to the side of a bandaged area, not this non-bandaged. So it's got to be one of these guys. Which means I've got to take this and make a little bit of a journey here and here. We can stop here, we can stop over there. Doesn't matter as long as it's bandaged. This will be protected, this will be protected. This purple one is free to find its way to this purple area here. Am I going to destroy this? Nah, don't worry about it. This? Nope. Because it's all right next to where I'm doing the moving. That's what I mean by things being locked in. You don't have to worry about it. R, U, R, I, U, R, 1, 2, 3, bang. There it is here. Move it back. Everything's fine. Don't be afraid. Okay, so that's good. Okay, notice I skipped over this, and I did that for a reason, because I need this to turn things upside down. So what else we got? How about this? This to here. Well, this is already in place. So what to do about this? Now, this is a little bit of a problem, right? Because this wants to stay where it is, this wants to stay where it is, and so does this. So I can't have a situation where I have 3 in and just 2 out. So the other aspect that I probably should have mentioned earlier is that when you're doing this, make sure you're coordinated to where you always have one that just has 2. So what I need to do is I actually need to move this to here so that this yellow one is over here. So I only have 2 that's in, and then I can rotate it to here. But it's not in the right configuration, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to turn this upside down, or better yet, yeah, turn it upside down. So move it over here. This won't change any configuration here, so boom, 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 bang. Alright, so now let's turn this back. This is now here, ready for action. So I can turn this back. Now I want to move this in conjunction with the yellow side. So why don't I move it like this? Because the advantage of the bandage side is I'm not going to change the configuration. I'm not going to rotate these around. So if I do that algorithm again, this will now come up to here and exactly where I want it. Bang, boom, bang, pow. There it is. Fantastic. And then move it back. So the strategies have not changed since the very beginning of the puzzle. It's just how you apply it. So now I have a situation where 2 are in and just 1 needs to be moved. A lot better than here, right? So find a situation where we have a banded side just to the right, which will be here, but I need to move it to where this is in front and this is to the side. And now what? This is free to move over here. I think that's what my goal was. So R-U, R-I-U, R, 1, 2, 3, bang, and not yet. 1, 2, 3, bang. There it is here. Move this in, still locked in, and we're doing well. So what else do we have? These are in, these are in. I guess the next one that we want to put in, which appears to be the last one before finishing up with the easy side, is the purple and orange. Here's a purple and orange over here. So I'm going to move this down and then put it in which one? Which one? What am I going to do the turning? Well, not this, because I've got 3 in here. And this one is a little bit of a challenge because I've got 3 in here. So what do I do about that? Well, I have an idea. Watch this. This just might work. I'm going to put this down over here. Boom. Got to do it anyway. Okay, so now this is here. This is going to slide up, but what if I put the proper yellow one up here? Which in this case is going to be this one. What if I did that? Let's try it out. I'm going to move this up here. Okay, and because this is from a non-banded side, I can reconstruct it back when I need to. Now I'm going to move it here. Now I'm going to lock these in by doing the next maneuver, which doesn't change any of that, but we'll put this up to here. So boom, 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 bang, and look at that. It worked. So now let's reconstruct it back. This goes here, and this comes and this comes down. Okay, so we did it. Now I'll tell you, that's a strategy I've never used before. I mean, it seemed pretty intuitive, but it was all just a question of positioning, and that was the first time that I used that. So you can variate these things. That's why with these type of tutorials, these are more as guides to help you through certain situations that I've come across. But you can be pretty creative with this, as long as you understand the rules of engagement, the basic mechanisms of the motions here, and the basic processes. But it's kind of fun to see what you can discover by yourself. So gray and blue, oh, right over here, right in front of me. So now this is easy, right? Just roll this in, because they're 2 banded sides. Boom, 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 bang. Okay? Great fun. So now all these are in. The next part, this is just a rehash of what we did to these. It's exactly the same. So I'm going to run through that really quickly, because I think I beat it to death, literally, about the face and neck. So I'm going to be looking for all the non-oranges at this point. How about the green, blue, and yellow? Should be right in front of me, so it's right over here. So as such, this moves to the side and gets coordinated with this side over here. And now I can coordinate it with the proper color. So move this down, move this across, see if it works. It doesn't, so move it back. Rotate it again to rotate this around. Bump it out of the way, bring my edge back, turn it back, which resets it. Spin it, turn it twice, see how we're doing. Coordinated perfectly, so now I'm going to turn it twice here, so that I can move it down on block here. Up, turn, down. Perfect. So now this is in. So this is the fun and the quick part. You can sort of take a little breather from all the work that you did before. All right, this is already locked in position to come here. Purple, yellow, white, purple, yellow, white. So same kind of thing. Up, turn, move it in. Nope, not quite where it needs to be yet. Boom, 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 bang, turn, and you can start getting quite fast once you get the hang of it. Turn, turn, up, turn, and down, and there that is over here. Now at this point we have absolutely no risk of messing anything up. Any excuse to mess things up I generally take, but this one I feel pretty comfortable with. And, what? Alright, enough from the peanut gallery. So this is going to come down over to here. So turn, turn, and up. Obviously I'm engaged in important work here. 1, 2, and up. And you see this is coordinated. 1, 2, up, down, and across. Okay. That's doing okay there. So now what? Here. And here. So turn, turn, up. I'm going fast with this because we've been through it. Turn, 1, 2. And like I say, this is kind of the fun part because there's really very little risk of, we're sort of wheeling our way to the end of the first part. Are we there? Nope. Are we there yet? Okay, so now this comes over here, and we have to wheel this down to here. So rotate this down, move this edge in, move it up, not where it needs to be. So rotate it, turn this so this gets rotated, bump it out of the way, move the corner back, reset this back to here. Move it once again down, 1, 2, coordinate it with this edge. There yet? Nope. 1, 2, bang, and this is where it needs to be. 1, 2. Now we're taking shape here nicely. We done? Yeah, we're done. Okay. So you see among the outer shell we have everything in but this last layer. Now notice what I did do is I kind of put these out of sync, but that's okay too, because what the nature of these algorithms now at this point is I can start putting these in. So this is where it needs to be. Let's go ahead and go like this. Okay, these two are where they need to be. All these guys need to just rotate. I can't do it from this side, so I'm just going to move it down 1 so I can have just to my right a non-bandaged side. And I'm going to do this until I see what's right next to the purple outer, which is going to be the yellow. Turn, 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 1, 2, 3, down. Not yet. We are in no danger of messing anything up. So there's my yellow, turn it in. Okay, so we've got all of these back. So we're doing well. Okay, so now we have the final layer of our outer shell to do. So what we actually have to do is we have to flip all of these in the right configuration. You can see that there's 3 that are up here. Now the good news is that the algorithm that we use is the same that we've used for Megaminxes and Rubik's Cubes to flip these up. That's the FRU, RIUI, FI. But we have to coordinate 2 things that are happening. One of which is the flipping thing that we normally see, and what we're looking for is that arrowhead formation, and then that'll be the last formation before we get it flipped up. But what's also going to happen with this algorithm is this edge piece is going to end up to here. And we can easily flip that back as long as we coordinate it to where that edge piece that we flipped up, because an orange is going to come down here if we were to use this, and this yellow is going to come up here. If we move this to the upper right, pointing this way, we'll be able to exchange it back. So we have to coordinate it to where both of that is in place like that. An arrowhead like this with the bad piece up here, and then everything will be back in. To make it happen like that, what you need in front of you is you need a bandaged side in front of you, and also bandaged side just to the right, because you're going to be doing F moves and R moves, and you don't want to mess those up. So, and I'm going to be coordinating it with this. So what's going to qualify is this silver one over here and this blue one over here. That way I know I'm not shuffling these guys up here by just doing F's and R's. So we'll see what happens. F, R, U, R, I, U, I, F, I. And as promised, these 2 did indeed switch. Now let's take a look at the configuration that we have here. Here's our arrowhead. So I know if I go like this, everything's going to be fine. But the problem with that is that these are going to be flipped up, but this is not going to be in place. This won't flip with that. So this particular configuration isn't going to work. What I need to do is I need to maintain the arrowhead, but flip this around to where it's supposed to be. So what I'm going to do to maintain the arrowhead is I move it to where I'm standing on the left side, the left feather, so to speak, or the left leg. If I do it again, what's going to happen is that I'll get the arrowhead in a different configuration when compared with this. And actually this is going to be flipped down. So F, R, U, R, I, U, I, F, I. So as promised, we still have the arrowhead, but we don't like this because if I turn it here to flip it up, this is going to end up back up here. So let's go back to the left leg over here and just redo it again and see where this comes in coordination with that. F, R, U, R, I, U, I, F, I. How do we like this? Well, I'm kind of liking this because notice I can turn this up here. This is my arrowhead, which is the configuration that I want. This is moved up here. So in one more fell swoop, everything should be rotated up, and this should be over here. F, R, U, R, I, U, I, F, I. And as promised, these are all rotated up, and this is over here. So just kind of play with that. That's the configuration that you're looking for. Those are the rules of thumb. Now I'll tell you, if you ever see this, one of these embedded inside one of the arrowhead sides, that's not going to work. Get it out of that configuration. Make sure you get an arrowhead with this somewhere along the sides of that, and then you can take it from there. Once you have that, once you have these in, let's go ahead and put these in where they're supposed to be. These edges, inner edges are in. Now we just have to rotate these guys. So none of these are in right now. I want to move it with the bandage side at the right so I don't take these inner edges out. And let's just see what gets solved. Boom, 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 1, 2, 3, bang. Okay, so this is now in and this is in. So I've got 2 in, 3 out, easily rotated. I just have to move this so that both are protected next to a bandage side. So just keep doing this until everything is rotated in. 1, 2, 3, bang. One more, perhaps. 1, 2, 3, bang. And as promised, look at that, it's all in. So now we have our final cross. Our final edges are put in. The rest of this, solve it exactly like a Megaminx, and it really doesn't matter what orientation. What I like to do is I like to keep my bandaged sides as the one that's doing all the action. So just bear that in mind if you ever get confused. So I'm going to be doing it from here, because to rotate these in, I'm going to be doing U moves and R moves, and these are all bandaged. So, true Megaminx style, this needs to do a clockwise rotation. So with clockwise, it's R-I, U-I, R-U, R-I, U-I, R-U. Move it to the next one, again clockwise, R-I, U-I, R-U, R-I, U-I, R-U. Move it again. Do not worry at all about what's going on here. You know it's going to be fine. This is fine, we skip it. Another clockwise, R-I, U-I, R-U, R-I, U-I, R-U. Placing our faith in the algorithms, we know that none of this will get messed up. So now it's just a matter of moving these guys in. These are already in. Again, I'm going to try to do it with bandaged as much as possible, and these are going to be R moves and this kind of a D move over here. So we'll move this out. Boom, boom, bang. So now we look for the blue and purple area, which is right here. Boom, boom, bang. Go through this quickly now. Yellow and purple, which is right over here. Boom, boom, pow. Gray and blue, which should be here. And you did it. You now have your outer shell. Outer shell is done.